This is Mel from Bangle Whisper. Welcome to Bangle Whisper. Hi, this is Mel from Bangle Whisper. Welcome to Bangle Whisper. Today I'm going to do a fashionable mask. So this is breathable fashionable mask with some pleats in the front and the sides. And this is very soft cotton fabric. These are actually handkerchief, little handkerchief, and I cut it in the center and just made two equal parts. So this will make two beautiful face covering or mask, whatever you'd call it. So I have made some. This is a yellow one. This was a cute little yellow handkerchief, and the reason I made it with handkerchief because these are so comfortable to wear and breathable and feels good, so you can wear it while going to your grocery store or whatever, since mask has become the part of our life. So, and this has a cute little flower, so you can do some embroidery as well. So this already has a flower, and the side I have this elastic. I cut it and I used elastic, and elastic I kept about 9-inch long, and this fabric is on the width is 11-inch and the length is 4.5, and I'm going to do a little just a straight stitch, actually hem stitch in the side. All the other two sides are already stitched since this is a handkerchief, so I'm just going to stitch on this side. I'm going to give a hem, and this is just a basic stitch. So you have to stitch the side which is open, and then I'm going to show you. I'll do three pleats on each side, and then I'm going to have to do 3 pleats in the center. So this is a little bit a different kind of mask than what you have seen out there on YouTube. So this is something came out of my imagination when I did stitch this one, and it the length was 11.5 inch. So to reduce the width, I did the length actually kept 4.5 and the width was 11.5. So to reduce the width, I had to put 3 pleats, and these pleats made it look very beautiful. So I decided to make about 4 of these, and these are so thin and soft and comfortable, made out of 100% cotton handkerchief. And this has, some of them has a little flower, embroidered flower, so that gave me an idea that you can even embroider them or put any other things that you wish. Since this is part of our clothing now, might as well just make it look good and feel good in it. So this fabric is really good, and the way I made it, that way you have space to breathe, and this is breathable. So I'm just going to stitch, give a little hem stitch on the side, and you can do it in the machine. Just take it to your machine and do a long stitch, and I prefer to do it in the hand, and it's just sort of like meditation, and it feels good to just do it in the hand. So I'm doing it, and it's easy to machine kind of change the fabric. Each time you change the fabric color, you have to change the thread. So hand stitch is just so handy. Since they are masked, you will stitch couple of times and they will stay, they will not come out. So I'm just going to finish up this side, and then I have to start the pleat on the side. So I'm going to give three pleats on each side, but we're not going to stitch the center of the pleats. We're just going to stitch the pleats from the sides. So what happened, that way the fabric will stay bunched up, but the center will stay open to cover your mouth. So I hope all of you are doing good during this pandemic and lockdown and staying at home, working from home, or job loss. So it's something we have to do it, and so we might as well make the best of it. And doing this mask, it just keeps you busy. So you can do a lot of different colors, different variety. And since this fabric being so thin, it's very comfortable. So you can use bandana and make them, cut it in the middle. Now I'm going to give 3 pleats. Now these pleats will just gather the fabric, so that way fabric in the sides will stay pinched. And I'm just going to use my needle and thread to gather the sides with 3 pleats on both the sides. And these are just tiny little pleats I'll make depending on your fabric. If you have a lot of fabric, then you can make big, but if you have less fabric, then you can make little. For the face mask, less fabric is better, because when you have too much fabric, it's going to be a lot. When you have little fabric, it's more breathable. So I'm just going to put a knot at the end of the thread, and then I will do my 3 pleats on each side. So just go ahead and pinch the fabric and do 3 pleats on each side. And in this you can even give some, well, if you want to do embroidery, then you have to do the embroidery after you cut the fabric and stitch the side like I did. Then you finish your embroidery flowers, and then you do the stitching the sides, because after you stitch the side, it's not going to be easy to do embroidery flowers. So I'm just going to do this is my second pleat, and do one more pleat. This will be third pleat, and this is just to gather the fabric and make the sides small so that I can put my elastic. So as you see, I'm just going to hold it properly and stitch. You have to make sure that you're stitching right, because you have to make both the sides equal when you stitch with this pleat. Now for this job, if you have an iron, then you make 3 pleats and then iron them properly, then pin them, then stitch them. That will be the best. And this way you can iron the pleats, then pin, and then you can run the machine. You can do that for both the side, and then do the center pleats. Yeah, running the machine definitely will be faster. So my one side is done, but I think I'm thinking about going one more time with the needle and thread to make it little sturdy, and or you can just run the machine. And this mask, since it's simple, easy to make, you should have at least 7 or 8 or maybe 10, all different color with your shirts. In that way, what happens is you can change it daily or 2 times a day. Technically, you're supposed to change it 2 times a day and wash it and hang it. So that way you get rid of the germs, bacteria, because we're going to be breathing our own germs and bacteria, rebreathing it. So we need to make sure we wash them daily, and that's why we need to have like 10 of these. Now I prefer the handmade than the one bought in the store, because in your handmade you can make with right kind of fabric which is comfortable, rather than wearing something. So these, I'm just going to finish stitching the sides. Both the sides have three pleats, and then center will have 3 pleats as well. In that way it will be a really nice combination. And make sure when we do it, you measure the fabric, so if you make your pleats too big, then the fabric will shrink to very little. So you have to measure, make sure you don't do the pleats too big. So I'm almost done doing my 3 pleats in the sides, so I still have to do the center 3 pleats, and then I have to attach the elastic to both the sides. And I have my elastic, about 9-inch elastic, so I have 2 of them for both the sides, and I'm just going to add it into both the sides. So this is just simple basic running stitch. You can just do the machine and can make this one about 10 minutes. If you do it in a machine, hand stitch will definitely take longer, but it's worth it if you are trying to relax and just want to make some. And now I'm just going to close it up, and then just start with my elastics. You can put any color elastic you wish. I use white elastic because I didn't have any other color, and also this is like a yellow color, so I need to, it's different shades of yellow, so I need to use white because I didn't find any yellow color elastic. And I'm just doing with whatever I have it in home, so I don't have to go out and buy anything. So this is how I'm going to attach both the sides, and both the sides I will have the elastic. I'm just gonna go ahead and attach it to the sides. And since I'm doing hand stitch, I'm going to be stitching 2-3 times for each elastic sides, because that way it will be sturdy and it will stay put for a while. until I can make some more new ones. As I mentioned, and since this is part of our ritual and part of our clothes, part of our daily life, so just might as well make some more and different design and size and shape, so that it won't be so boring. My elastic is here 9 inches long. I have two 9 inches long elastic pieces, and it was cut from a big elastic I got previously. Now I've been cutting those and I've been using all the scrap fabric that I have. I've been using them, and yeah, that way I can utilize. I had a lot of leftover fabric, but these are coming out of beautiful handkerchiefs. So I had a handkerchief, uh, about 4 or 5 of them, really pretty ones with embroidery, and I decided to turn them all to mask. And I had them for a while. I'm going to make myself some more handkerchief as well. So I'm stitching this side little elastic about 3-4 times. Now if you have a machine, you can just go in the machine for 3-4 times, and then I'm going to have to stitch the other side. So I make sure that it's really sturdy and stays strong, and I'm going to close it on the side. You can actually make all different kinds of matching with your shirts or dresses, and now you can do all kinds of embroidery in it, or you can glue sequin and pearls and that thing. But be sure that whatever you have is washable, because you need to wash this thing and dry it. Best thing to do is hand wash them and just dry them hanging in a hanger, and they just dry fast. So you're just going to make like a loop and do the other side, and this loop will go around your ear. So you measure it. Once you do a couple of stitches, then measure it and then loop it around. So you have to measure, make sure both the sides are the same length, and then just stitch and give both sides quite a few times stitch. And then we're going to do 3 pleats in the center to reduce the width, because length is only 4.5 inches, but the width is 11 inch, more like 11.5 inch. So I'm going to reduce the width with 3 pleats, and those 3 pleats will be put in the center such a way that they will look good, and they will make the mask breathable, so you can breathe the fresh air, so you can do your inhalation and exhalation, which is the most important thing in our body, and the intake of oxygen from the environment, which is our birthright, which we must do in order to sustain life. We need to do it. So this kind of mask you make many different kinds, variety. You can change wash, wear, easy wash and wear. So I'm going to finish almost the sides and stitch almost the sides. Actually now I have to make the mask such a way that it will hang from the t-shirt so you can wear it, and then when you're done you can just leave it hanging, and you should have the ability to change it, so you can change it to something else if you wish. Now I have to stitch the other side. I'm going to be stitching the other side. The thread, I'm using red thread, sort of like it's like deep yellow, reddish, and exactly same like the fabric, but you can use the white just like the elastic, or you can use same color as the fabric. It's up to you, whichever you like to use. This could be matching to your shirts or t-shirts. So I'm gonna have to stitch again similarly on both the sides. Now the stitching is for the strap. Stitching is done from the wrong side of the fabric. So you would stitch from the wrong side of the fabric and go ahead and do the stitching. And there's nothing to it, very simple. Anyone can do it, and you can, if you do it in a machine, it will take you 10 minutes and you can make several of them easily, as long as you have a working machine and have the different color bobbin, then you can just quickly do it. To make it sturdy, I'm going to do a few times so that my elastic does not come off in the middle of the store. So you have to make it a little sturdy. I'm thinking about doing some different embroidery in this mask, so I'll see what different kinds I can do it, and then I'll share with you when I'm done. This already has some flower, because since this is handkerchief, it has some flowers. So just go ahead and stitch, give some running stitch in the strap and give quite a few times so it's very secure, and then do on the other side, and then we'll do 3 pleats in the center. Now this year in my garden, and I grew, there were not much vegetable coming. I don't know what is the reason, but I don't see much vegetable coming. Let me know in the comment section how is your garden doing, if you're doing any gardening. All I had in my garden this year is the jalapeno peppers, the hot peppers, and I got some bitter melon plant. They're growing, but I haven't seen any real bitter melon. But I did see some jalapeno pepper. I put lots of seed for beans, but nothing came out. And the squash that came out, the plants were big and then they died. What I didn't see this year in my garden is butterfly and bees. So I'm wondering that could be the reason for not having any vegetable this year. And also we have a lot of rain, pretty much rain every day. So whatever seed I put in the garden, they all got washed out. And the rain, the topsoil got washed out. So this year gardening was literally a joke because there wasn't much to see and there was nothing much. Pumpkin, I have out of so many seeds only one plant survived, and that plant isn't looking good either, considering about 2-3 years ago I had so many vegetable plants. This year it is, as 2020 started from the very beginning, probably the worst year in the history of mankind, all the things that's happening. So including no fruit tree or vegetable tree because there are no bees or the butterflies. So now that I have stitched both the sides, now if this fits you, you can wear it just the way it is. But if you think that it's a little too long, then to shorten it up or make it fashionable one, you do 3 pleats. So all you need to do is just 3 pleats in the center. So we're going to do 3 pleats at the center. Just fold it up and stitch it just the way we stitch in the side. So we're just going to give 3 pleats. And this year the sunshine, we didn't even get that much sunshine since it's raining pretty much every day. We don't even have that much sunshine, and we don't have much vegetable this year, not much fruit, and haven't seen that many beautiful birds. I think they're sort of leaving too, and yeah. But I did see this year, like outside, I did see a lot of roaches coming out, cicadas coming out from underground, I guess because of all this rain. And I have heard nighttime, evening time, cicadas calling very loud. So somehow they're coming out of the ground, which they usually don't come out unless every 25 years or so. So now I'm at my last pleat and I'm going to finish that one soon, and then you'll see this is a great looking mask. And I made about 7 masks, so I'm going to show you 3 right now. Well, right now we have to make at least 7 masks for each person because they have for 7 days at least. And then if they want to wash it 2 times a day, then they should have 14 masks. cotton one, just to be on the safe side, so you don't rebreathe your own germs and virus and bacteria. So you see, this is a few pleats, and I could do it in a machine in a zippy, but then again I have to do different bobbin set. So we're almost done. So here it is, a finished mask. This is a finished one, and it's really good looking and easy wear. You wear it very easy and just washed easy and dry easy. So here I have this, just one I made just now. And I have these two yellow ones, and one with the flower. This has a pretty flower on the side. Because of this was a handkerchief, so it has a flower. And this one, so you see, this is a really good mask. You can make many in a day. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. I'll see you with many more. Bye bye. Good night. Sweet dreams. Hi. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe.